Everybody, and welcome to Newfoundland Gardener. Today we're out Bobby after watering his little dahlia flowers. Don't know if you know what a dahlia is. It's a giant root ball, and he sends out these little shoots like that. We always soak some. And Bobby had them all thrown outdoors, but it's too cold yet. And I put one in a pot.
I'm in too big a hurry.
You're in too big a hurry, Bobby. You gotta slow down. That time ain't come yet. So we're putting in a little pot in the greenhouse, and he's good to go. So you can see these little roots. Now when this gets really, really big, these roots, it's almost like potatoes. You pop them in half as well. And then you get two lots, right? They multiplies. Mom used to have, can you remember Bobby? Mommy's.
I do.
And when we were young, Mom had all red ones. Just see this little thing, right? I don't even know what that is.
It's that little.
Almost looks like an onion.
He grows yellow and orange, and it's like a
some kind of flower.
It's like a rose. He looks like a rose, but
some kind of flower you got there. I might stick you in there. That one.
Allow it to get a bit of moisture now, I guess.
Yeah. So
I was going to plant him outside today, and Sis caught me. So.
No, too cold yet, especially here. So you can see there's the little shoots coming up right there. Yeah. That's these shoots coming up, and you just stick one of them down the pot and wait. You got lots of time to grow a dahlia.
So that's what we're at today. We're taking care of my dahlias. We're just after doing a lot more, but that's on another video. So I'm going to stop videoing now and help Sis get my dahlias put in pots so that they can moisten up so we go outdoors when the time comes, I guess, Sis?
June.
Okay, have a good one, everyone. Bye. Say bye, Sis.
Take it easy. Keep growing on the rock.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Newfoundland Gardener. I'm just going to do a quick little video on potatoes. People was asking me how small do a potato have to be, not the cut, and everything. So, tip number one: the soil for potatoes has to be 40 Fahrenheit or 4.4 degrees Celsius. So I just took this. It's just a normal baby thermometer. I had babies one time. Normal baby thermometer. Just go out, put it down in the soil, take your reading. I just read this. My soil in my bed out there now is exactly 34.7 degrees. So we're still looking for 40. So my soil is not warm enough yet to set potatoes. So tip number one, grab a thermometer, go stick it in your soil, get your reading. You're looking for anything over 40. If you're not in 40, you run the risk of your eyes rotting. Now, this day and age, we're going to jump right on. These are red Pontiacs from Whomever and Baber. You can tell that these potatoes has been out of the soil for a while. They're all wrinkly. And the difference in buying seed potatoes from a local farmer is a big difference. Now, what makes a seed potato? Well, a seed potato just makes it's a potato that's not washed. So when the potato gets washed, it loses these vibrants to grow again. So it's just a potato that's kept aside for growing for the next season. That's a seed potato. And you always heard what I said about go local. This is the difference of a potato that's bought local on the farm in Springdale Junction. He sells bags of red potatoes. So, and this is your one that's coming from off the island on trucks, I guess. That's what you could call it. So we are on an island. So I always says if we can stay local, then we should certainly stay local. So someone's asking me about how big a potato should be before we cut it. This potato, we shouldn't cut it. This potato is too small to cut. Now, this is 1 ounce, 4 quarters. 4 quarters in one end, potato in another. Do the little balancing. And in order for a potato to be vibrant and to grow, you got to weigh the weight of 4 quarters, okay? So just hold a spud and hold the quarters. And they're pretty even. If I was to say, I think the quarters is a little bit heavier than this one, but not by much. So this one is too small to make a chitlin or to cut in half, okay? Now this potato, as you could tell, was a very big spud. So lots of growth on one side, lots of growth on the other, cutting in half. Now, when you cut it in half, of course you know that the weight on this one already surpasses the weight of the quarters. Okay, so you got this fellow cut. Can we put this in the ground like this now? No, we can't. We're going to lay this aside, let this cure, or what we call scab. We're going to let this potato scab over, and when he scabs over, he's going to have a thickness just like you peel. It's going to form on the cut. So it takes 3 or 4 days. I'm going to cut these because this day and age, you really can't afford to go throwing potatoes in the ground for every potato you want to grow. So this was a fair cut down the middle. Both of them weighing a little more perhaps than the 4 quarters. So don't forget, folks, make sure they weigh the weight of 4 quarters and give your potato at least 4 or 5 days to heal. He's gonna make a little skin over this while he's healing. So if you got potatoes and you took your baby thermometer out in the ground and your soil is not 40 plus yet, 41 or 42 degrees, then just cut your seed potatoes and let them heal and let them get that nice little scab on them, because you got time yet to set potatoes. Potatoes can be sat and grown easily in Newfoundland from July the 1st, because our last frost date is around 11th where I live on the Bay Verte Peninsula. So between 11th and the 15th is our last frost date. So we can easily make chitlins or cut them in half and let them heal, and then put them in the ground somewhere around June 1st to the 31st, or however many days is in June. After 30 days in June, then you got 30 days to set potatoes. So, and it's the great thing about spuds is you can plant a row, and then you can wait a couple of days or a week and plant another row so that you can harvest and take your time, because none of us is at this for a living. So if I plant one row of spuds and then I'm out in the garden and I harvest that row, then a week later I notice the row that's behind me is a week older and I got a week to harvest the second row. So someone that bounces back and forth to Alberta to work, I'll try to set my potatoes in successions. So one row probably somewhere around the 1st, the second row around the 7th, and I'll go on like that until I get what I want to set. And I know that they come up at different times and I harvest at different times. So that's what I do. If you're setting bids that's 100 feet long and 40 feet wide, you're amazing. Good for you, because you can get them all in one harvest. So that's totally up to you. But to make your chitlins, just remember, don't go any smaller than the weight of 4 quarters, okay? This is going to germinate. Any smaller than that, and a farmer told me that they will not germinate. So this is just what he used as a reference. 4 quarters in your hand and a potato in the other. This little spot here, this little one, is like, he's lighter. He's a lot lighter than the 4/4, and it's easy to tell. So I don't even know if this guy is even worth putting in the ground. Now, I'll put it in the ground, and I'll probably put a little stick by him, just to note to myself, because gardening is like experiments. So I'll take a little note to myself and stick a spike by him. And if he don't grow, I think it's because of the weight ratio. So anyway, this is from Bob and the Newfoundland Gardener. If you're already got your potatoes in, good on you. I'm going to wait until I come back. I'm going up for now for 2 weeks. So when I get back in 2 weeks time, I'll get my potatoes in. So if you're setting your potatoes now and you're above that 40 Celsius in the temperature, good for you. The part of the island I'm on yet, I'm still at 34.7 degrees. So I gotta wait a little while for my temperature to rise up. So Bob from Newfoundland Gardener, have a great day everyone. And remember, let's keep growing on the rock. Have a good one. Bye.